All right. Once again, we back live in the man cave. It is 7:06 actually. 7:06 Sunday evening. This is Polk Hoops, your number one source for Polk County High School basketball. In the man cave, ready to chop it up, talk sports, talk hoops, talk a plethora of um, topics. So, welcome everybody. Appreciate y'all taking the time out to be steady to rock with us. Before we get started, I want to make sure, like we always do, want to say what's up to the All State PG and All State coach. What's going on with you fellas?
What's up? What's up?
Hey man, another Sunday.
Hey man, we made it to another Sunday, man.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful thing. So, as we do each and every week, I want to pass the ball to the PG first. Know if you're ready to take a shot now, you're gonna pass it back and take a shot later. But
No,
and
I'm ready. I'm ready, man. I got a topic I want to kick off with that I think you guys are pretty much like. It's it it's about respect of national awards. All right, and I say that because I remember when we first started doing like picks for players. Um, the community of basketball in Polk County is just so different. So to me, I want to ask you guys, and then we can carry on and see what some people comments are. When do we start respecting McDonald's All Americans? Like you can't get no better than a McDonald's All American. And when do we start respecting kids that earn that?
did we not? Is it like a lack of respect for it?
I think like okay, so the conversation comes up with Tony Bradley, all right, and him for me, he's a McDonald's All American. That means you're one of the 24. You consider one of the 24 best players in the country. And we have guys that kind of question mark the kid's ability as a great basketball player because he didn't dominate the game the way they call it dominating. The kid averaged 25 and 12. To me personally, and I spoke to someone else, he took uh he played two of his 3 years. He didn't play on a good Bartow basketball team. All right. And it's still one of those years he went to state. And it's like, how do you not respect the kid that was top 24 players in the country? So we have this debate going on now about who's the top 50 players, this and that. And I even had to throw out like who that's came out of Bartow, is better than Tony Bradley. And guys just started naming quite a few guys. And we even had today in our conversation of guys in the county that they were naming because of the era. And they were saying if he would have played back then, he wouldn't have been all that because he wasn't tough. And I'm like, it's crazy to say that because if Tony Bradley's skill set that he had when he was in high school goes backwards to our time, he probably would be top 10 players in the country because the game is so advanced now. And I think we tend to forget that the game has evolved in a better direction than it was 10 to 15 years ago or 20 years ago, even 30 years ago. Guys wasn't doing what he was doing. And then for me, it's like, okay, we questioning you and name these bunch of guys that we would say better than a Tony Bradley. The kid was 18, 19 years old, went to the University of North Carolina, didn't even start at the University of North Carolina, didn't even average 10 points, and was a first round draft pick. And we try to compare him to local guys who were just all state or all area players, bro. That's insane that we actually even think like that for me. So what's y'all guys take on that?
To be honest, I actually agree with you. I think, what I'm saying, he dominated his era. You know what I'm saying? He obviously proved himself all the way across the country. And my thing is like, people always talk about this player wouldn't have done this in their era. I think they would have adjusted just like they adjusted to their own era. Like they would have played tough or, been aggressive. He would have been aggressive back in those days if that's what it called for him to do. But that kid's skill set, you have to give him his just due. You know what I'm saying? We haven't had many McDonald All-Americans. I mean, you got to give that kid his just due. Just that off that alone, you know what I'm saying? That kid's top 5, out of Polk, period. Just off that alone.
And then to top it off, I asked this question. I say this too, because I know we probably going to get a lot of feedback on this. When you see a kid that's a top 24 player in the country couldn't have played in the era that you were playing in, or he didn't do this, he wasn't tough like that, that means the other 23 guys that were top in the country are mediocre guys that if they came to Polk County, they wouldn't be able to do that. And that's how crazy that stuff sound, man. That this man is top 24. You mean to say that he couldn't compete in this era? So basically, you saying the other 23 guys couldn't compete in the area that you played in. What do you say, Polk Hoops?
I've asked this because it's so crazy to me that this has come up a few times that Tony Bradley does not seem to get the same, I don't want to say respect, but maybe it is respect because of, I guess, how he plays. How he plays. When we think of a big man in Polk County, right or wrong, we think aggressive, we think dunking, we think tough, physical, and all that kind of stuff. Tony had a whole different game. I don't know if there's been any big man with the type of game that Tony's had in Polk County. And maybe that's part of it, that folks just not familiar with his game, so it's easy to criticize what you don't understand. But I mean, like you say, I mean, he was voted as one of the top 24 players in the entire country for his class, and he's still not on some people's list in the county where he came up at. But he's one of the top in his class. He's one of the top 20 players in the entire nation. So the nation is saying, okay, you valid. And his own county in some circles are saying that he's not. And it's amazing to me that folks say that. It's just amazing to me. I mean, to your point, I'm right there with you. I mean, just because he was 25 and 12. They don't say 25 and 12, 8 dunks, got the crowd all hyped or whatever. It's 25 and 12, it's 25 and 12, man. And he was consistent with his numbers, but he just, I guess the way he got them turns a lot of people off in Polk County. It's very interesting. But it's consistent. That's the crazy thing. It's like it's a lot of people feel that way. That's the surprising thing to me, that it's not just like one or two people. It's multiple people that feel that way about Tony.
It's just the mindset. And what I hear the most is they try to compare him with Alvin Jones. You know what I'm saying? Alvin Jones was a dominant defensive terror in his era. He dominated on the defensive end. But Alvin didn't average 25 and 12.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Alvin was not a McDonald's All-American. You know what I'm saying? I know we had the conversation a couple weeks ago. Reason why I would pick Alvin because it's just the style of play that I have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He would be best suited for my style of play. But you think if a Tony Bradley walked through my gym door, I'm going to turn him down? No way. No way. You know what I'm saying? That kid, he gets more respect outside of Polk County than he did inside of Polk County, which is crazy.
If y'all remember last summer, I guess, that's kind of what started us doing the whole, like, top teams, top players, top schools, because when the Source Hoops people did the Polk County one and they had Bradley on there, it was such a uproar in Polk County that he was listed. We just kind of built on that when we went and did the whole team, and then it was like folks was real deal like hot that he was on that list, and I
just can't see how you take a McDonald's All-American and you compare him to an All-State guy. That's just, to me, that's just like that shouldn't be a comparison, bro. All area guy. I mean, guys mention all area people, bro. That's just tough for me to accept. When we talking basketball, bro, we talking top 24 players in the country.
In the country, bro.
In the country. Go from the East Coast to the West Coast to the South. Top 24 players, bro, around the whole 50 states, bro.
And that go to Coach Point. He get more credit. And that's so funny, bro. It's just you get more credit outside, and it's almost like from a, you can kind of relate it almost to a business. Sometimes you get more support and love from outside of folks that know you than people that know you. And you hate to say that, but it's like he get more love and respect outside of the county when folks saw him from 8th grade to 12th grade. So they saw the maturation and the growth, literally. I mean, you was eyewitness. He stayed all 4 years. He never left Bartow. He never went, did the prep school thing and went to one of the powerhouse, and he could have. So you saw it. I mean, you saw it, and still, even though you saw it, you still, in my opinion, since he didn't dunk enough, if he didn't scream enough when he was, he was low key. He wasn't, all loud and bro. He had a game. He had a skill set, bro. Like I told you back in the day, I think he still would be effective because he can shoot the ball. He'll live at the foul line. He'll live at the mid range. He'll never have to go in there and necessarily bang. Which that's one of the things. He ain't no banger. He ain't gonna go in there and bang. Well, he wouldn't have had to bang because he can still get points. He still can go get you 10, 12 points from the foul line. And he rebound the ball. So
he was a good kid. He was a quiet kid too. You never really seen him. He didn't have that type A personality where he was always, bragging or in front of the camera in the newspaper, trying to claim how good he was or whatever. So I think that's a knock on him too, because he's naturally just a good kid, a humble kid. But you can't take away from it that he's been one of the best players come through here. Like you said, we haven't had many McDonald's All-Americans. It's been about 4 or 5. Those
total. 7 on that, those 7 on that list, you can, in the top last 30 years, you can't even argue. To me, you personally can't even have a debate about them other than Amari. And again, we have to take that debate, but Amari only screamed Lake Wells. So for me, I don't care where he played at. They were playing Alaska, he was on Lake Wells. So I get it if we don't put him in there. But for me,
and see, we working, and that's, we trying to work toward a consensus with this list. So we asking people when we out and about, we just asking, hey, what would you think your criteria be? And just, just trying to get some feedback from folks. And that came up, that they don't even know about Tony Bradley being one of the top 50 because, so at that point, we just, okay, so what is it that doesn't do it for you? Explain to us just so we can get a frame of reference so that we can, we can be hearing what folks saying. So that's just amazing that it's come up as much as it has. So for us, it's kind of like, oh, that's a done deal. But for other folks, it's not a done deal. So it's like you have to go back and ask yourself, why is it such a no-brainer for us, but it's not a no-brainer for other people? And like I say, it's multiple people that feel that way. It's not like just one person. It's plenty of people that feel that way, and that's been surprising. I know to me, and bro, I know you too. It's been surprising, but I mean that's what makes debate, good. That's what keeps it live. Everybody got a viewpoint, and they see what they see, and they think what they think. And we ain't trying to change nobody's minds on nothing. We just trying to, get a good take on it, kind of get a good variation on different people's perspective of it. So, all right, well,
that was just my 2 months take right there. I just want to have that conversation about a high school All-American and why do we take that for granted when we've only had 7 high school All-American, McDonald's high school All-American, and you talking about Tracy, Dwayne Bacon, Chris Davis, and Tony Bradley are the 4 that played in the McDonald's game, and then you got the parade All-Americans, and then I know a lot of people probably research and say, well, Tracy didn't play in the game. Tracy was selected and chose not to play in the game because his mom and grandmother couldn't get a flight out or find a good enough ticket. So he was like, I ain't playing the game. And Tracy was the number 1 player in the country. So,
and not only did Tony play in the McDonald's game, played in the Jordan game too.
Yeah, and Tracy played in the Jordan game as well.
All right, well, it's a good little start to the PG. All right, moving along. Coach's Corner, you got anything in your corner, Coach?
Yeah, man, I sent you guys a post this week. We got a kid in 6th grade reclassifying. Like, what is y'all take on this reclassification with these young kids? Now we got.
I found that very interesting. Grade. Yeah, I found that very interesting. Kind of shocking to me that a kid would reclassify. So their total focus is on. I found it interesting because it means the total focus on this kid's life right now is basketball. There's nothing else other than the focus on basketball when you're reclassifying in the 6th grade. Because you can wait till you get to high school to do that, right? Or you can't.
You usually wait to get in high school.
Yeah, so it to me it's like it's a business move that early to try to get this kid ranking up or something. I just don't understand like what he can't do in 6th, 7th, and 8th to reclassify as in 9th grade or something like that. I just don't understand that move, bro. I think that's kind of like, to me, that's kind of reaching.
I think it's way too early.
Yeah.
I think it's way too early in looking at that particular kid's picture in the program that he's playing for. It's not a nationally known program. It's not.
What? Wait, you serious?
Yeah, man. It's like I don't. What if that kid don't grow anymore? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's just way too many factors.
Is you wasting your time reclassifying and you don't go Division 1?
Exactly.
Is it a waste of time? I'm asking y'all that because I haven't seen that happen too many times with kids reclassify. I guess that's a new trend now. If you reclassify and you don't go Division 1, is you considered a failure?
It's a great question because the point of you reclassifying is to go D1, right?
Yeah. That's what I want to know, because what other reason would you reclassify? So you can just go to college?
I
think they're just trying to better their situation, you know what I'm saying? Instead of being in the class that they're supposed to be in, they, trying to hop in the class behind them, you know what I'm saying? So, but it is some special cases. But you got some kids, 19 years old graduating, do they supposed to be there? No.
That's a great point, though. If you reclassify and you don't go D1, is it a
failure?
Is it a failure? I hate to use the word failure, but I would have to say probably, because I'm thinking that's why you're doing it, right? You're doing it to go D1. I don't think that there's no other reason that you're doing it. So, and I could be wrong. That may be something else that's in there. But for me, I'm thinking most kids that do that for the thought that I'm going to go D1. So if you don't go D1 and you do it, then I would have to say, yeah, it is I would have to say it is a failure. And I hate to use that word, but I mean I don't know what else.
Yeah, I mean, I pray this kid grow, like you said, Billy. I hope he grow. I hope he he gets to play on some type of national team. So he ain't just, you know what I'm saying, working at Publix on the weekend.
Yeah. I mean, what about the flip side though? Monty Bates. He was the number one player in the 22 class. And he reclassified to go to the 21 class. I think and some of them they got him number 3, some of them they got him number 5. What y'all think about that situation?
I thought it was a great move because of the NIL financial part of it. So why stay in high school and not make the money that you can make in college when you're already a legit NBA skill level player? Because if it wasn't the situation where you can be you have to spend a year of a calendar day after you're 18, this kid would be one and done. He would go straight out of high school to the pros. So I think it's a smart move because he can cash in and make $500,000. Memphis probably gonna compete for the national title, so he'll stay on the spotlight because they got that other kid over there, right?
Yeah.
And
got Durden too, so yeah, they picked that.
Yeah,
he had a good
recruiting.
And his skill set. Who better to learn from than a NBA player who is playing in a position with your side that came out at like your size?
And how about I read like part of his little press thing. I don't know if it's press release or whatever, but he said that the biggest draw was that Pennick is gonna let him play point. He gonna teach him how to play it, and he gonna let him play point. So why wouldn't you want to go there and play point guard? So that's a great daggone selling point. You gonna let him come and play the 1.
By the time he get drafted, he'll be a millionaire.
Boy, he gonna cash out.
Yeah, he'll be a millionaire.
Great move.
It was a great move, yeah. So in that case,
because that ain't no different. My bad, Barnes. I didn't mean to cut you off, but that ain't no different than these kids leaving college, leaving the football players leaving in January to go play.
The early enrollment.
Go to college, early enrollment in college. So they don't even graduate with their high school. They just go straight from December. They start taking classes at the universities in January. He basically just said, I'm skipping the whole point of that. So to me, his reclassify was totally different and a great move.
Yeah, but that's a great comparison to him.
Yeah.
Because when kids get to play spring ball and everything, they get in the weight program.
Exactly.
Yeah. Conditioning coach, they get all of that right away.
Yep.
Yeah. So in that case, then yeah, Monty Bates was a great move. Was a great but if a kid goes to that, and I just keep going back to that point, that's just such an interesting point to me. If it don't happen, then
you're a loser. Well, if you reclassify, you don't go D1, you're a loser. Hey, I don't care because he's in the 6th grade. I tell him 6 years from now, hey man, you lost, man. Take it on the chin. You lost. Facts, man. Got a loser, man. You don't go D1, man. Hey. What else can I say? What else can you say, man? Hey, come on, man.
Hey, Black,
they better not start doing that in Polk County.
Black, hey, come get the guy, brother. He's uncontrollable.
You better not start reclassifying in Polk County. You don't hate me. You start doing it in Polk County and you don't go D1, you're going to hate me. Do not get caught up in the hype of a 6th grader.
Oh man, I can't stop. Oh man, I wasn't ready for that one. Oh, I'm sorry. All right, well that's. Oh man. All right, man. So we We're gonna transition, man, and do it quick. I don't know if it's gonna be quick, but we're gonna do a Friday night recap from Friday, man. Friday night, week one of
the football.
Football, yeah. So we're gonna just give you the quick scores.
No, we're not giving quick scores. We're gonna talk about it.
Well, I'm gonna get the scores and then we'll get your feedback. What I'm saying, we're gonna just run the scores down. All right, so real quick, Lakeland beat Clearwater 42-19. Calvary Christian beat Victory 14-7. Zephyr Hills beat Kathleen 16-12. Bronson beat Tenorock 18-6. Bartow beat Ridge 48-7. Arbondale beat Fort Pitt Central 41-6. Hold
on, bro. You said Bartow beat Ridge 48-7?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I thought that was supposed to be a good game.
Yeah, that's what we thought. We thought too, but Bartow had a different. So Lake Mary beat Lake Gibson 15-14. Lakeland Christian beat 29. Lakeland Christian beat St. John Paul 29-13. Largo beat Winter Haven 35-14. Lake Region beat Lake Placid 20-19. Jenkins beat Mulberry 9-0. Lake Wells beat Claremont East Ridge 61-7. Clewiston beat Frostproof 42-6. Haines City beat Liberty, but I got the wrong score though. I know Haines City won.
The city won?
Yeah, they won. Discovery beat Avon Park 34-28. Fort Meade beat Hardy 37-13. And last but not least, Coach Billy D. Davenport score. I'll let you say it.
Hey, go Broncos. Go Broncos. Undefeated.
Davenport pulled out the W, man. First, congrats to Davenport and those young men. Congrats to all the young men, but Davenport first came out, man, won their first game. So
I'm gonna be happy. I'm gonna be happy for you because my line brother is the principal over there. But just don't think that when that sausage get put in you, we ain't gonna be like, hey, go Davenport, because the sausage coming sooner or later.
Hey, so
with that same shirt, when that sausage get put in you, Billy D.
Nah, I'm gonna put my hot sausage shirt on.
So what's y'all take? There it is. So
let's start dodging it, man. Let's get to what we want to talk about.
Lake Gibson
and Lake Mary. Let's go ahead and get
so look it. I want to let y'all get to it because y'all know football a little better, but I'm feeling this way. They have to win this week. If them boys start off on 2, with what I just saw on videos, how them get kids on the bus and attacking a so-called attack they're attacking a media outlet. We're gonna call it Polk way. And the way they were snapping, if they lose this week, bro, they season done. They done. I don't think they got it. I don't think they got the toughness in them. Start off on 2.
So you think the season over after 2 games?
I'm just basically going off of what I just witnessed, bro. They lost 1 game when they made some mistakes. They was up 14-3. They lose that game, and bro, the kids get on the video and cussing the dude out, threats. He can't come to the game. So what you think that mindset gonna be like starting off 0-2? And then you got to face Lakeland. I'm saying they're gonna crash.
They
ain't got no toughness to lose. Yeah, September 17th.
Well,
when they play Bartow.
I can tell you that I watched the game. I watched the game. My son sent me the link to watch it, and so he watched it and I watched it. They was up.
Let me send it to you, Mike.
They was up 14-3. They was going in. They was going in, and they didn't score. They fumbled the ball. I think they fumbled. They didn't score. Whatever. They went in. They didn't score. Lake Mary scored 2 times off of special teams. They blocked the punt, and it was a muff punt. So it was 2, fluke plays. But Lake Gibson scores that touchdown, which they should have scored. They up 21-3. We pretty much on the bus coming back home. So it's so crazy how that game just turned. It's like even like the Lake Mary people that was announcing the game, they was lining up for next week. Like, well, we knew it might be tough for us or whatever. And then in a matter of like 2-3 minutes, they was right back in the game, and then they was winning. It was crazy how that like turned around. But Lake Gibson, I mean, they didn't look sharp. From what I know, that they had a couple kids out on COVID protocol. I know they had 2 coaches that didn't go because of COVID protocol, so they wasn't full strength. I mean, I ain't making no excuses for them, but that's facts. I mean, everybody got to deal with that all year. But I know Friday they didn't have all the people, so. But they didn't play as well as they probably could have played. But I think they still was in control. And it's like they just kind of like, I don't know. It's like
it ain't the loss that bothers me though. To me, fellas, I guess I look deeper than the loss because they didn't play as good. They didn't play good against Plant City. They just figured a way out the second half to make the adjustments early. What I'm concerned about is the discipline of the kids, man. You guys as coaches. You get that video. What is your next move after a loss? Have you seen the video, Billy?
Or how they talked the videos that they made on social media?
The social media video.
Oh, bro, they'll send me out to practice. Everybody that's in there. You know what I'm saying? That would not happen again. You know what I'm saying? You got to drive that home. First and foremost, you got to make a stand on it. You know what I'm saying? It's not only a reflection of them. You know what I'm saying? It's a reflection of the program itself also. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And you can't get upset for any media outlet when you don't go and take care of business. You know what I'm saying? You open that door up for criticism, period. You know what I'm saying? My thing is like Lake Gibson have been demanding respect, for their program. You know what I'm saying? And especially in the city of Lakeland. They want to be put up there in the conversation with Lakeland. But my thing is that you have to beat people that you're supposed to beat. And until, you know what I'm saying, you win a state championship or, you put strings of winning seasons together as far as being a championship level team, you'll never be on the same plane as Lakeland. You'll never be there. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, how long do we make an excuse for them? You know what I'm saying? You have great players, not good players. You got great players.
They got great players.
But
that secondary is unreal.
But you still got to win. You
got the best secondary in the county. Probably the best secondary in the state. Let me take that back. You got the best secondary in the state. You got one of the top 2 or 3 running backs in the state. So, but still, man, I'm just shocked. I'm shocked that, like, if I was a captain of that team, offensive or defensive, come tomorrow, everybody in that video got to see me as the captain. Because it's an embarrassment to the program, man. Yeah. You just a total embarrassment. Then at the way the recruiting is now, that's posted, bro. We don't supposed to have that video. We older men now. We don't be caught up in that, but we get that video just as fast as anybody.
I don't see people lose scholarships over making videos on social media.
That's the concern I have. It sounded like, listen, I thought that was a gang at the dude. I thought that was. I didn't check it at first as a football team. I said, boy, he might not be able to go to another game for real. Yeah. That looked like the gang that was at him telling him, boy, you come to the game you want to. Your head is mine.
But I do disagree with you too. It's a good chance they go to Valdosta this week, right? To play Lowndes County. You know what I'm saying? It's a good chance that they might not make it out of there with a win. but they still can salvage their season, and regroup and actually make it a great season if they can at the end. But it's a good chance that they.
I'm only basing it off with the video, so I'm looking at the video off the loss. Okay. I ain't saying that they can't. I'm looking at what I witnessed from a team that loses a game like that, and their response to media. All right. So let the Ledger put in there they lost. He ain't got no video made at the Ledger. You know what I'm saying? So the response from the kids at the media, if they lose this next game, what is the city of Lakeland? What is the city of Lakeland gonna talk about? Lake Gibson 0-2. They trash. They sorry. Are we gonna get a better response from these kids in a week on how to handle that, or that I think the season gonna crash? I would be more afraid that the season gonna crash for them, man.
I think that, and I'm not saying they won't bounce back. I mean, they still got pretty, decent coaches there. But I do think that them losing, especially Pringle and Kopp on defense, I think that's going to hurt. I'm not saying that they can't overcome it, but both of those guys were very good coaches. They were very knowledgeable. They did a very good job. I don't think that Valdosta is that much better than Lake Gibson. I mean, they at home. Lake Gibson go if they full strength and they get out the bus. I mean, I don't think nobody gonna blow Lake Gibson out. Let me say it that way. They got
this Polk County football. First of all, it's Polk County football, so we got to respect that. All I'm saying is, as a team, how do you bounce back from that? They just the response on that loss right there we just saw was one thing. Now you start off 0-2. I'm not saying they're gonna lose. I'm saying they gotta win, because the response on the 0-2 team, who supposed to be the number one team in the county, we just saw a response, bro. How do you respond now with everybody? Not only just everybody's bashing you. It ain't just Polk Way media. You got the whole Polk County. You got the whole entire city of Lakeland. But they're gonna say Kathleen can beat Lake Gibson. They start off 0-2.
Well, some people in the street say right now George Jenkins is the second best team in the city.
See that? Listen to that. George Jenkins, who Haines City beat.
If you look at it,
they know the drugs.
George Jenkins 1-0.
Say no to drugs, coach. No. Let's not get beside ourselves, no.
I'm just telling you what we've got that message that.
Oh man, Micah, Kathleen. Oh my gosh, boy, that boy don't know what he want to be. Winter Haven, Kathleen, Haines City.
They say that. They say Lakeland 1-0. They say Jenkins 1-0. Nobody else in the city. Well, I guess Lakeland Christian 1-0. But Victory, Kathleen, Lake Gibson all lost, and Tenor Rock lost. So by their logic, they the second best team in the.
So this team 0-1 too, apparently. I think Lake Gibson can beat them. I just feel like, man, they cannot start off 0-2, bro. They got to go there with a better mindset.
It's Lowndes County and it's Valdosta. So we got to figure out did Lowndes County lose.
You don't think they mentally tough enough to survive?
Man, I don't think that, bro. I'm looking. I went to a game, right? I saw a bunch of cramping kids in a kickoff. Couldn't even, first 10 minutes of the game, kids cramping 10 times. All right. Then you can't last 4 quarters against Lake Mary. So I don't know if people was cramping or not. I fell asleep on the game. It was so boring. But you're cramping. They lose to Lake Mary. Now you got to go way up to Georgia. Got to win. You got to win, bro.
Got to win.
Got to win. Because that video should have never. Again, I'm calling not on the. I can't say the coach because everybody's like, "What the coach is at?" I want to see the leadership from the kids from this point on who are 5 stars. Ain't nobody making no videos, man. Ain't no videos supposed to be made.
All in the video.
Yeah, we checking each other. Let's check each other. Let's check each other on different plays on why we let this happen. Not checking Polk Bay media And saying they, you know what I'm saying? That was embarrassing, bro.
Yeah, that was not the best. That was not the best representation of their team. I would hope. And like you said, it's just like, what is your point? What's your point? I just hope that somebody, not to kids overall, I don't want to single the one kid out, but that there's a conversation about the importance of social media, because you can mess around and not even make it to where you're supposed to be going based off of your social media activity. And that ain't a conversation that everybody ready to have, but it's a real thing though. You got I know I teach a college success class out at Polk, and I tell students all the time, the first thing you do when you upset about something, be it a professor where they graded your paper, whether, whatever, is to walk away from anything electronic. Because the first thing that you want to do when you emotional and mad is to get on that electronic device and let folks know that you're emotional and mad. Now then, once you done calm down and you're rational, oh, I ain't mean that. Then you go back and do what? Try to delete it. But by then, it's been screenshotted. It's been screenshotted by 100 something people. It's been sent to 200 other people. You have to just fight the urge to run to anything electronic and anything social, and just let yourself calm down. And once you walk away and calm down, if you still feel that way and you want to post it, go for what you know. But make sure it's rational and make sure it's something that you can stand on what you posted. It's just like these kids, just like the girl that just lost the race. The Richardson girl, the track girl, what her name, Chicago Richardson, whatever.
Slow-mo.
Soon as she won, what did they do?
Slow-mo. That's her name, bro. Slow-mo. Hey, man, them Jamaicans laughed at her, boy. Slow-mo.
Man, I'm trying to make a point, man. But as soon as she lost, they didn't run and stick the microphone in the Jamaican's face who won. She came dead last, man. Dead last. And they ran to her and put the microphone right in her face.
Dead last. Not dead last. Hey, but you know what's crazy about that, bro? I get your point, bro. You ain't gonna stop laughing because you know I'm clouded. You know what's crazy about that whole situation, man? This is us. This is us, man. It's just as a black community, man. When that girl was smoking the weed, man, everybody was supportive of that, like supporting her. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had her back, man, and it was crazy the way the way we grabbed her in, how she should go to the Olympics, she should do this. Everybody makes mistakes, but them same people were making memes of the girl. In America, they like bashed her bad, man. Like, what we gonna be consistent with it, man? Like, they bashed her. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
And the thing is, bro, she needs, and so Lions is 1-1. It's gonna be a shootout, man. Lions can score, Lake Gibson can score. It's gonna be a shootout. But this is I think that she needs a social media person like quick. She keep saying stuff, bro. It's like the other day she said something negative against Allison Felix, the lady who done won all the gold medals. At some point, it's just like somebody got to go get the mic, go get like they say, get your phone. Sometimes people be just going reckless on social media. Go take my phone. Somebody almost need to go take her phone, man, because she just.
I don't know why she would call out the Jamaican, boy, because she finna dead lad. She had no business calling out them Jamaican.
Oh,
dead lad, boy.
First of all, I think, and we ain't on Richardson, but it's just a parallel. My point is, you shouldn't be doing stuff like that right after a competition, a game, anything where you still emotional, especially if you didn't get the result that you wanted to get. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't win, you shouldn't. She shouldn't. So they shouldn't. He shouldn't have been on his phone. And this is my thing. And everybody different. If I can speak, if I'm the coach, let me say if I'm the coach.
I'm blaming the whole team though, bro. I know you don't want to see.
That's my thing. If I'm the coach, bro, they ain't even got their phones on the way back home. To me now. And I'm me as a coach. I'm not talking about nobody else as a coach and how they run their team or their program. But I don't even want them with their phones till they get back. Well, probably run on the, they almost home, call you ride so they here. But like on the thing, and even then, bro, they were so loud. It wasn't even if they was on their phones, it wasn't like you couldn't not would have heard them because they was loud.
Man, the whole bus was supporting it. It wasn't just the kid, bro. It was the whole entire bus screaming and hollering, yeah, you old FO, you old PA, you know what I'm saying? You old PAN, don't come back down again. It's like, hold on, man. This ain't just the one kid. This the entire bus.
This the whole everybody.
Man, I'm gonna send the video to you. Whatever they got, it was on our Instagram story. It had to be IG story. You ain't seen the video?
No, I ain't seen it.
I wouldn't send that to you. Oh, because you got a droid.
No,
bad.
I knew that was
not
coming.
bad, bro.
But cool.
No, just because you my boy, I'm gonna send you the video, but you got the droid phone, bro. It probably be blurry. Like your picture right now, you know what I'm saying? Y'all boy gotta do better with them phones, man.
Jeez. I'm good. I just upgraded, so I'm good.
Well, you couldn't upgrade it too good. You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, yeah, take a look at it, man.
Take a look for a second.
You ain't on your phone. Is you on your laptop or you on your phone?
I'm on my laptop.
Take a look at it. Take a look at it real quick, then we'll let you get your take on it.
But yeah, man, I think the whole team, bro, just oh yeah, Mike, my best friend. I know he just messed up our whole. Listen, it ain't nothing against you, Billy D. My childhood best friend got an iPad with a droid. Kid call that fad, right? That's like wearing Nike and New Balances. Nike shirt with New Balances. Ain't that right, Bon? What's your take, Billy D?
Man, bro, how can you support that? First of all, you know what I'm saying? You talking to grown people. Like, nah, bro. Like,
see, I knew you hadn't seen it. The way you responded, I said he ain't seen it yet.
He'll still be running.
See?
Matter of fact, you know what? Coaches handle stuff in a different way, but he will make sure. I bet you that mistake won't happen again.
Black, all Android users wear New Balances with Nike t-shirts.
But no, you have to address that, and you have to address the whole entire team too.
You see that it was all the kids on the bus? It was all the kids on the bus. It was just
that's representation of your program in your school. Period. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you know, it's gonna be some adults make excuses for it, like that was okay, and it's not.
Exactly. So again, this is my point. So when I went back earlier before we move on to talk basketball, they have to win. If I'm a fan just watching that video, that tells me how their season is gonna go. They have to win. Because if they lose this game, what's their response gonna be when the whole county? Well, the whole county already picking at them, so I get why they're mad. But what's their response gonna be to going 0-2? And then you got that ship coming down, coming down to 98 North in 2 weeks. So you probably start off 1-3. And you don't tell me they season ain't done. You can start off 1-3, bro. Who they play next week after this? Jenkins or somebody?
I mean, the thing is, they're gonna be good because they getting points. Even if they lost, they getting points.
Yeah,
They're gonna get major points from Valdosta. They're gonna get major points from Lakeland. You don't get major points from Lake Mary, because Lake Mary gonna make the playoffs. But I get your point. I think that game Sunday is gonna be a daggone. It's gonna be. I mean, Friday gonna be a shootout. Them people in Georgia don't really stop people like that, bro. A lot of them games be shootouts. So I think it's gonna be a shootout. It's gonna be great for TV because the quarterback is committed to Miami, and now you got all these secondary. You got all these guys in secondary, so it's gonna be great for TV. But I think it's gonna be a shootout. And in a shootout, I like Lake Gibson against a lot of folks. If all they got to go out there and just put up points.
I like Lake Gibson. I mean, the quarterback can throw the ball very good. Offensive line kind of been kind of iffy, but
offensive line been suspect. They have been suspect.
Yeah, so even with Jalen been getting him off from the muscle.
Yeah, and I don't know if y'all watched Lakeland game. I just kind of like watched the little Channel 8 highlights. They showed. I don't know if y'all saw that big Gabe kid, how he picked that dude up and slammed him. I was just like a body's like a. And
so that's what Lakeland got an advantage at, bro. That's why I was telling you, like
the trenches, yeah, in the trenches.
Defensive line versus that offensive line right now. It's a big question mark.
Lake Gibson got to run inside the tackles. They can't be trying to make no living running at that Gabe dude. That dude is a Sunday, as CJ said. That's a Sunday kid there. He's a Sunday kid right now. So let me change again. I wouldn't make a living running at him. Let me say it that way. They might be in trouble then. They got a big quarterback that like to run the ball. I guess they might struggle with that. I guess they show they want to hit. They ain't trying to hit nobody. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got nobody that's taking off on nobody like they have had in the last couple of years. So that's the other thing. They going to have somebody that hit somebody. I mean, it's still football at the end of the day,
Yeah.
But
my thing is, you got to improve from week 1 to week 2. We'll see how they respond. They got great motivation though, because everybody talking about them. So they got great, and they're gonna be. If you can't get up to be on ESPN Game of the Week, bro, I don't even know what else to tell you. Coach shouldn't have to be trying to push no buttons this week. First of all, you lost, so that should be enough anyway. But you're gonna be on ESPN, bro. You are the national high school game of the week. If you can't get up, if you can't get up for that, bro, what you even coming for? It's like what we even talking about. I shouldn't have to. You should beat me. You should be waiting on me when I get out here. Like, we've been out here already 10, 20 minutes. We've been waiting on. To me, I would think that's what it would look like being the magnitude this week, and then 2 weeks from now when Lakeland coming.
I like Florida over Georgia.
It should not be no conversation.
I like Florida teams over Georgia, so I'm riding with Lake Gibson. So did anybody get a chance to look at Kathleen? We ain't talk about them. Did they have more than 17, 20? Did they have more than 17 players, first of all? Because Tenor Rock had 17 players.
The Rock had 17. And the
Rock did Kathleen have more than 17 players?
And the Rock had people out. So they wasn't at full strength, so the Rock got more than 17.
And right now, since we saying Georgia is the second best team in Lakeland, how about Davenport is better than Tenor Rock?
Bro, I ain't getting
to see my buddy. Hey, my buddy didn't come to breakfast today. He owed me breakfast and he ain't come. So Davenport, that shirt you wearing right now, Billy D, is better than Tenor Rock. And I like Davenport over Tenor Rock.
That's why he didn't come to breakfast, because of that.
Yeah, man. He didn't want to get that from me for the whole 45 minutes we were there. I like Davenport. Now bet one of them lunches you owed me on that. Let's go Davenport. Let's go Broncos.
Where the game at the Rock or at Davenport?
It don't even matter. 17 players ain't beating us.
Us.
Yeah, hey man. 17 players ain't beating us, man.
Us, man. Hey, Rick, he said us. You heard the us.
Hey, I got a Davenport shirt. I ain't got no Tenor Rock shirt. I got a Davenport shirt.
Yeah,
I ain't put it on.
I ain't got neither one of them. So
I'm gonna save my shirt to that week they play them.
Oh man.
Going into that. Anybody saw Kathleen game? Did they have more than 17 players?
I saw at the end. I saw with Kathleen, they lost 16-12. And I saw where like the last part of the game, they scored a touchdown where they would have like went up, and they called the they called the penalty. They was holding or something like they called the penalty, and they took it off the board. So they was like right. I mean, they was right there. I didn't watch like a lot of the game because I had three things. I was trying to watch Lakeland, Lake Gibson, and Kathleen, but seemed like they was battling with the people. I mean, they had some numbers on the sideline. I mean, they had people dressed out. So I mean,
how was the new offense? Oh Lord, boy, you pausing. So that means the offense trash. The new offense trash. Hey, he paused. Billy D just paused on us.
I didn't see it. I only heard about it. So
what you heard?
Bruh, I heard people going off in the stands.
I did hear one thing today at breakfast, bro. I heard that whoever the quarterback was, he run over there. His play call was left, right. That's all I heard. Hey, left, right. That was the play call. I heard that, but I ain't seen none of it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Man,
that's what you heard.
Let's talk some hoops, man. Let's talk some hoops.
All right, man. We're gonna
so it's okay for me to jump on strict about being 17 players, but y'all don't want to talk about Kathleen because that's your frat brother too, huh? You can't jump on two Omegas.
Bro, you can jump.
You don't want to tell us about that.
Bro,
no, I'm saying you too. You too.
Bro,
see that strict? I got your back, strict. I got your back, strict.
It is what it is. Right now, they ain't
no, let's go
mustard, bro.
Let's go to basketball.
Neither one of them not cutting mustard. So,
oh man,
they gotta do better.
Oh man, that was good. All right, man. So chalk talk for the day, man. Chalk talk for the day. We're talking game management. Get straight. Straight. He trying to run her straight. Game management, man. In y'all opinion, what are the keys that go into substituting in games? Substitution, in-game substitution. What is y'all take game management? How do you manage? Like, you remember how we talked about it a little while ago? We said when the Lakers was in the bubble that year, they won the championship, that no matter what was going on, LeBron knew at the 6-minute mark of the first quarter and third quarter he was coming out, Rondo was coming in. That's an example of, I guess, game management for a substitution. That okay. Regardless. So
I'll give a perfect example of it for me, because I want to talk high school with it. Okay, if I'm Coach Hen, all right. So I'm gonna give Lakeland as an example because we saw Lakeland this summer, and I think that Hen has a special group of guard play. So if I'm coaching that type of team with my substitution and game management, Roe or Tyler are always on the floor. They don't have to be together, but at some point they're always on the floor. It's like a Pip and Jordan effect. All right, if I sub one of them out, the other one's staying in. So for me, the game management would be if I got two strong guards and either or can play the point position, I gotta manage my rotation of subbing around how those guys are affected by the game. So if one of them's in foul trouble, bam. But just on the strength of how good they are, I rest one while the other one is playing, continue to play, and then I come back and I rest the other one as well as combining them. So it depends on the depth chart on how I do a game management. A guy like me, I think my senior year, we didn't have another like strong point guard. So Scott had me playing big games. I played 32 minutes. I wouldn't come out. But I think he conditioned my body enough too to make sure that I was put in that situation because we didn't have that my senior year. When Mike played, Mike was able to get rest because I could play the backup point. So it's your strength on what do you have behind that position that makes you manage how you play it. I'm sure Billy D probably didn't. You probably had a position where you can get baby rest because you had somebody else at the backup point. Compared, you probably didn't have a center, so your rotation changed on that. But I think you look at your numbers. I don't just 5 in, 5 out. I think that's one of the craziest things coaches do now. I don't know if they got that Kentucky effect. I call it the Kentucky effect, where you see how good Kentucky was. But Kentucky had 5 starters coming in the game. In high school, you don't see that. So I kind of do my rotation based off of that. And I'm not just playing guys just because I'm just cause. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of times now we start playing guys just cause, and they're not producing the way they should. So I gain management on that on who I'm playing as well. So if I'm playing a Billy D team, I'm not subbing in guys that probably I could play against McKeel. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, we just had a conversation about it this morning at breakfast. Well, I was coaching at Jenkins. We were at Kathleen, and we jumped out on Kathleen, and I'm trying to give my guys some rest, get a couple of my guys some rest, you know. And I had some football guys, I had some healthy guys, so okay, I'm gonna give them a little rest, whatever. I subbed them out. I didn't want to, but I knew they needed some rest, so I subbed them out. And Kathleen, as soon as I subbed them out, Kathleen started pressing. Before I could get them guys back to the score, they was at the scores table. Before I could get them in the game, daggone, if Kathleen had ran off, it was like a 10-0 run or something like that. They jumped right back in the game. So after that game, I kind of, you know, I've always had 20/20 eyesight. But after that game, my eyesight went to 20/60, or I don't know, what is it when you can't hardly like really see? I don't know what the numbers is, but it used to be like they was from then on, they would be like, you know how you get the universal tap your head come out. I see one off in the tap of the head, I see Lance in the tap of his head, I drop my head. I see Larry in the tap of his head, I look away. Because if I see it, then I gotta respond to it. But if I don't see it, you gotta keep playing. But to your point, I never again substituted based off of that. And I shouldn't have subbed then, but I could have got away with that against a McKeel, to your point. I couldn't get away. I didn't get away with it against Kathleen. But I kind of, so I see your frame of, you know, your thought process.
Yeah, and no disrespect to McKeel, but right now, McKeel, you the onion. We're just gonna speak on it. That's a new word for this year, onion. You know, so that's the team I'm gonna use until they prove better. McKeel the onion. So I just want to throw that out there. Coach Ability.
Man, game management and coaching. I've seen a lot of coaches mishandle situations where they give up games. And game management is coaching. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, how I handle that situation is like, you got to understand matchups. You got to understand who you have on the floor, what your kids can and can't do, strengths and weaknesses. Tuma just asked about Baby. You know, I really didn't have a great second point guard behind Baby. I had Shaquille Snells. He was quick. He give us energy defensively. So I was strategic about when I brought Baby out the game in close games. You know what I'm saying? I try to get him out those last 30 seconds of the quarter. If I get him out then, and then he has a quarter to sit down, then I can put him back into the game. You just got to use little strategies like that. You know what I'm saying? Like also game management, going offense, defense, handling timeouts. You know what I'm saying? When to play a kid with 2 fouls in the first half. You know what I'm saying? Can you trust them to do that?
That's one right there, Coach. What's your take on that? Because everybody different on that. 2 fouls first half. You sit them or you keep playing them. That's always been like a. What is your take on the 2 foul first half?
Hey, so listen, can I go first on that? Because I know he got the real coaches, and I never forgive Coach Gibbons for that 2 foul rule, because we're playing in the Final Four. I get 2 fouls in the first minute and have to sit against the number 1 team in the country. I don't understand that, man. I'm not a fan of that. Don't understand it.
So you ain't got no tape. That was just a
Man, it ain't fair. It ain't even fair, man.
That just brought back some painful memories for you. So
Man, that was painful.
It ain't no tape. It's just.
Then he tried to fake sub you in, bro. He tried to fake sub you in. That was painful, man. You just brought back a memory, bro. Oh my God.
You just remember something. It ain't got nothing to do with those strategies. So, Coach, what's your? So we talking strategy.
So my take on that.
On the 2-spiral rule, first half. Six.
My take on that, especially if it's early, I'm gonna take him out immediately. I'm gonna talk to him, but then I know if it's Tuma, one of my best players, I'm gonna make sure that I put him in a position to be successful. So I will put him back in, but I only put him back in on offensive possessions. You know what I'm saying? Give him a chance to be effective. But if the ball stops and it's a defensive possession, he's coming out. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to offense, defense, play the situations to just try to get us to the second half. Do I totally sit them down? No. You know what I'm saying? Only if I sit them down, it's because the other players can keep us in a great situation. But if I need them, it's one of those type of games. Then I have to offense defense them until the half. Try to get to the second half without him picking up that third foul.
So national Final Four, you wouldn't have sat him.
I would have sat him when he got the second foul, but I'd have talked to him, but he would have went back in the game.
You wouldn't have sat him the whole half.
No, I can't sit him the whole half. The whole season on the line. You know what I'm saying? Whole season on the line.
Can't recover from that one, bro. I can't. That's one I just got to remember, bro.
He cut you deep with that one. I ain't mean to bring that one back up.
Listen, man, it's two situations I never forget. That Final Four, bro. We hadn't been to the Final Four since '81, dog. You know how big that was for us, dog. We killed the team in the Elite Eight, so we in the Final Four, bro. I pick up 2 stupid fouls, dog. I don't even think they were fouls. You know, typical player.
Now, going to be that question: were they legit fouls or were you out there tripping?
One of them was, the other one wasn't. And then the second scenario, bro, was, oh man, what's the referee name, man? Cost us $10,000 in the T-Mac tournament, man, with that crazy call, bro. He like the head ref or something around here, dog. Aikens. I ain't forget Aikens for them bad calls he made. Them 10 grand, dog.
Oh man, he messing with the money, huh? He gotta let you play it out. Jack, huh?
My bad, Vincent. I'm gonna get y'all ain't the only onion, but I'm gonna name a couple onions. I'm gonna name a couple onions before we leave the show.
No, are you gonna wait till the preseason show and name your 2021 onions, or you gonna do it before the show?
Man, I need to do the onions before the show, man.
Okay, before the preseason special.
Hey, Haines City onion. Haines City the other onion. Lake Region. They're my 3 onions right now, bro.
Not Simmons. Simmons on here. Simmons, he got y'all as an onion already.
Man, I don't care about Simmons being on here, man. Simmons walked into a bad situation. Gonna take him a year or 2. I believe in Simmons coaching. At Lake Region, that's Lake Region, bro. He's an onion. He better prove it.
He started from the jungle deep, huh? Oh man! All right, so
onion smell terrible, don't it? The onion smell terrible.
Hey, man, so all right. That's Coach's Call Tuesday, man. We moving to the part 2 of the Tuma Tape Pick'em. Which one would you? Let's do this again. Let's do a recap now. Who would you pick to be on your high school team? Not who's the better player, not they already in the top 50. Just who would you pick to be on your high school team? All right. So we got 20 matchups. We did.
You got them right because I don't have the list. You gonna call the list out for us?
Yeah, I got them. I got you. All right. Y'all ready?
Oh, I'm definitely ready.
Number 1, Idell Bell or Alvin Pearsall?
Alvin Pearsall. Nah, that I ain't even close. Talking about the best point guard in Polk County in the last 30 years, bro. Alvin Pearsall. Sorry, Idell. I don't care how hard you play on defense. Pearsall was different.
I agree with you. If I do have another point guard, I would pick Idell because of the energy and the intangibles that he brings. But if it's not another point guard, I have to go with Alvin myself. But if I have somebody to bring the ball up, like a baby, Jay Frog or somebody, you know what I'm saying, Idell will be valuable for me. And the toughness and effort that we give on defense. So,
okay. I would take Alvin too. I think Alvin is arguably the best point guard to ever come out of Polk County.
Can I give you an Alvin story? Why I'm always say Alvin, bro?
Yes, sir.
I just signed with Florida Southern, so I'm at the camp. I never forget this. I'm at the camp. I haven't made it on campus yet, but we have to go to the camp. I'm outdoor in the camp every year. So I'm there, and Coach Longer, I ain't even want to play this night. You done been out all night. The camp all night. Coach give me camp from 7 in the morning to 11 o'clock at night. So I'm walking back to the dorm thinking I'm finna go get some sleep. And Coach Longer forcing me to go play. I ain't even realizing who this guy is, this left-handed guy is walking in the gym and he's just shooting down there. Oh, they put me on the court ASAP. Told me you got him. Played 4 games. Games at 11. That man scored 9 points on me every freaking game. I'm asking the coaches and the players, man, do I got to play against him in the conference? I ain't knowing this guy just finished playing and losing to Michigan and, was trying out for the Pacers. Man, Pearsall gave me the business, bro. I ain't never been dead like that. If we were going to 11, he would get 9 buckets.
Wow. Say something.
I'm with you. And my thing is, I think if he stays healthy, man, he probably does make a pro team. But I know he struggled with injuries in high school also. So
that night there, he ain't struggle. I gave him the get back. I got my get back though. Look, I got my get back. But that night there, boy, welcome to college basketball, young buck.
That's what it looked like.
Yeah.
All right. Number 2, Kevin Capers or Keon Clergeau. I may be saying his last name wrong, but Keon from Arbondale. Kevin Capers from Lake Wales / Lake Region or Keon from Arbondale.
I'm gonna say this to get to my point. Kevin Capers is the best player to ever come out of Florida Southern. But high school, Keon made me start back watching high school basketball. I take Keon all day. But Kevin Capers is the best player to come out of Florida Southern.
Body of work.
Yeah. I just wanted to give that credit to Kevin because I played at Florida Southern. Kevin Capers is the best player to come out of Florida Southern. But high school, Keon was different. I take Keon.
I take Freak. I take Capers only because he was more athletic. He had a high basketball IQ. Kid can flat out play. You know what I'm saying? He can flat out score. Keon was the man on his team. Who else was on that team with him? Name somebody else.
I ain't got a name. Keon was the best player in the county that year, bro. To me,
understood. But name somebody else on that team. So that's
I can't name nobody, bro. I'm talking about just watching this kid play.
That's the Chance Miguel argument. You know what I'm saying? Especially when Kevin came over to me, he was fortunate enough to play with better players, which made him better. You know what I'm saying? That kid was special, and we knew he was special even back then. You know what I'm saying?
He definitely proved it. You're right. You got a great point because he proved it. He's the best player to ever come out of Florida Southern. I've never seen nothing like what he did. That was come out the bench averaging 20 plus a game, but I just liked it. Keon made me watch basketball again, so that's why I take Keon.
I'm with you.
You know what I'm saying? Like you say with the team situation, I totally get it. I just take Keon on that point that I was done watching basketball around Polk County. So I went and saw that kid play.
Yeah, he was tough though. Keon definitely was tough.
From a high school perspective, I would take Keon too. Not by much, I would take Keon too. All right, next. Doug Brooks, Lake Wales. Marcus Capers, Lake Region.
Man, there's no way I can go against Doug, man. No way.
Yeah, we know you ain't.
Because
we're gonna do like the drink champs. You can take both, or you gotta take a little shot of your little water or your juice.
To be honest, bro, and I've coached and I love Marcus too. Doug shot the ball better. He was better defensively. You know what I'm saying? Gave you the intangibles as far as what he did on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Marcus was special too, but I think Doug did everything else better than he did.
I
That's
take
just
Marcus.
my opinion.
I don't have a reason. I just take Marcus because both of them was awesome.
But Doug really shot the ball way better than Marcus did.
Based on the fact that I think that Doug guarded better, I probably would take Doug because of his defensive, what he brought to the game from a defensive standpoint. Marcus wasn't really a defensive guy; he was more of an offensive guy. But Marcus was tough too. He was a problem too. All right, next, Ghost from Haines City or Dominique Davis from Kathleen.
See me, I'm taking Dominique. I trained Dominique. Of course I'm taking Dominique. So Dominique was special, and he don't get the respect he get. Nothing to take away from Ghost because Ghost was really that dude. I'm taking Dominique.
Man, Ghost was that dude. He was special over at Haines City. But I love Dominique. I seen Dominique give us 30, and we had Dominique Jones, Brandon, Peanut, and all them. You know what I'm saying? He gave us 30, I think, both times. That kid, people didn't talk about that kid enough. If you ask me, that kid was special. You know what I'm saying? So I would take Dominique, but let's not take away from Ghost because Ghost was
different.
That dude, he really was.
I mentioned Ghost in my top 50 before I mentioned Dominique. That's how crazy that is. But
I agree with that too.
That's how I want to put it out there. I mentioned Ghost in my top 50 all the time when we start getting to the bottom of it before I mentioned Dominique. But that's my point too, Billy D, of that argument with the Miguel situation because you had Dominique, Kevin Foster, Idell Bell, and Miguel. Same say what you said about Capers on that team. So, but I'm take Dominique, man. I worked that kid out. That's my dude.
Yeah. Well, Dominique family, so I have to abstain from that pick. But I can say that Dominique probably might. He don't, and we talked about this morning at breakfast too. That Dominique don't get talked about nearly as much as he probably should be from a basketball perspective because he played football. He went pro for football, but on the basketball court, man, Dominique was a certified problem, man.
Yes, sir.
But he don't get. It's like you don't. It's like you would say his name. You be, oh, okay, yeah. But it's not like he just jump out because he didn't go. But if we just talk about
is it because he played on the team with Miguel, Idell, and Kevin? Is it fair to say that because he had three basketball guys, all three of them guys were basketball guys, that he don't get because he was the best player on that team that year?
He was the best player on that team. So what is that saying that he was the best player on that team and nobody talks about him?
It's that same argument we had.
It ain't a sensitive topic, but he was the best player on that team and nobody talks about him. They always lead with Miguel and Idell. No disrespect to Idell and Miguel, but he was the best player on that team, and they never lead a conversation with him. Do you notice that? I mean, if you talk about that Kathleen team, the conversation always starts with Miguel and Idell, but it never goes toward Dominique. He was the best player on that team.
We giving him his flowers.
And you know what I'm saying? Like I say, since he's family, I can't really speak on it. Then I'm biased, so I do know that he was a problem. Yeah. And of course, we know Ghost's resume. Ghost one of them cats you ain't really got. I mean, a lot of people don't even know his real name. This is no Ghost. You know what I'm saying? So if a lot of people you say his real name, they be like, who's that? He's like Ghost. Oh, he wasn't them cats. Like today we was talking about somebody say when somebody called Gerald Zinneman Lil Pop, not just Pop, Lil Pop. You know that they kind of, it's just certain people that got nicknames that you recognize a nickname before you even recognize. So there's totally no discredit to Ghost because Ghost is already
like me and Billy D said. I take Ghost in that top 50.
Yeah,
before I even mentioned Dominique, but I'm taking Dominique was a great
teammate also. Dominique was a great teammate.
Ghost was a black hole. Now Ghost might not pass the ball. None of
that. All right, next. Richie Edwards from Lakeland or Darrell Henderson from Lake Region. Yeah, that's his government name, Timo. But see right there, you gotta verify that before you even know what we're talking about, because nobody calls him by his government name.
Man, I'm taking Derrick. Richie was a more skilled high school player, but I'm taking Derrick. Richie was a bona fide basketball guy that didn't have the toughness, man. But he was skilled. He was just skilled. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm going to war for my team, I'm taking Derrick, dog. Derrick was a real problem.
This coach doesn't throw. Look at that.
Man, is you surprised?
I'm like,
You can't even
like that. Why coach smiling like that?
He on his laptop. I bet you that laptop is a Dell. I bet you he got a Dell.
Man, coach had the what thing is the school picture, man, the yearbook picture on us, man. He had the whole smile and everything going.
Man, that's that Dell. But coach got a bag. He got a Droid and a Dell.
Oh man,
a Droid phone and a Dell laptop. Boy, you got two bad combinations over there.
Hey, well, I mean, obviously, I'm biased, so I can't really pick it. I coach Richie, man, but like you said, as far as skill set wise, man, it wasn't a lot of people that had a better skills.
Nah.
Did Richie get a? Did Richie not comparing them now? Not comparing him to Tony. But does Richie not get the same? Does he get the same bad rap that Tony got because he wasn't quote unquote tough? He was more of a finesse.
Who's Tony? Oh, Tony Bradley. No, I think Richie one of the best. I think Richie is one of the best to come out of Lakeland. Period, bro. Richie, I think I give Richie the respect. I coach Richie. I saw the skill set. You saw it. I coached Richie on that each one teach one. His skill set was different, bro. So I could definitely give Richie the respect. And for me, like somebody saying, I don't think he had to have that type of toughness because his offensive skill game was so ahead of everybody at his height. That's why he's a professional athlete in the sport. You know what I'm saying? So I give him his respect.
Okay. It seemed like he don't.
I don't think Richie gets mentioned because he's not black. The way you know what I'm saying? For the conversation that we talk about, bro, he's not gonna get talked about in the hood in basketball. You got to respect Richie was All-State Player of the Year. He went to a Power 5 and he played professional basketball. What else can you say? You know what I'm saying? What can you say about that type of kid that put it at all those different levels and he make it?
Gotcha. Okay. Next, I guess it's just me and you. Coach done stepped out, so we'll go next.
Either that battery went dead or the Wi-Fi, but that Dell, boy, you got to get a better laptop than a Dell.
Yeah, the laptop died.
Hey, man, he working at a new school, bro. He supposed to have an iPad. How he don't got an iPad at Davenport? Hold on, man. Let's see this. He look like he got a better picture now.
Let's ask him.
How you work at a brand new school and you ain't got an iPad?
Bro, ask your frat brother that.
Okay,
you know
I'm finna texting him now.
Well,
AP ain't got an iPad.
Oh man, Coach Richie Edwards, Darrell Henderson.
Darrell Henderson. Who is that?
From Lake Region.
I don't remember him.
You don't remember him with Damone and Quentin Cup them?
No.
Yeah, Scott had. You don't remember?
Billy D was in school there, I think he said.
Okay. All right, so you can't really answer that. All right, next, Coach, we got Quentin Cullop from Lake. So you may not be able to do this one either. Quentin Cullop from Lake Region or Brandon Streeter from Haines City.
Woo!
I didn't get a chance to see them play. I seen Brandon play, but I didn't see Quentin play.
Okay.
Jeez.
But Brandon was a problem, boy. He can shoot the ball.
For me, I'm gonna take Quentin because the leadership as a point guard. But as far as a shooter, man, it ain't you can't name 4 guys that shot the ball better than Brandon. I mean, Streeter probably one of the most. Streeter, geez, that's tough, bro. I don't even know why I did that matchup.
It's 2 mistakes. As I drank more of my cup sponsored by my auntie.
I saw Quentin develop. I take Quentin, dog. I take Quentin. Quentin developed into something that became a whole problem, bro. And I don't think he gets enough talked about conversation other than us. Like to hear the way your Jenkins boys talk about that Lake Region crew and Quentin makes me realize how much of a respect he got, because they don't just talk about players like that, bro.
He got plenty of respect from us. Trust me.
Listen, I
Yeah.
think Quentin outside of Pearsall and Walt.
Yeah, we do pure PGs.
Quint might, I take Quint over a lot of those guys at point guard, over a handful of those guys.
Pure PG. He was a pure PG. I mean, and he was a consummate PG. So I mean, it wasn't no. Yeah. Okay. All right. Next, we got Elmo Steven from Arbondale or BB Walden from Kathleen.
So next, that was an error. That was a typo.
Man, you talking about a parade All-American, bro.
Yeah, we talking about a parade All-American, bro. That was a typo. Sorry, Elmo and Arbondale. Next.
All right. Next, Bucky Hodge from Lake Wells. So we know who Coach got. Or Long John from Haines City.
Bucky was a better player overall.
Yeah, I take Bucky.
And I remember Long John. I played against Long John. I think Bucky was a better player than he was. And then, Bucky ended up going to Georgia Tech, but he finished at UCF.
Yeah, I take Bucky.
Yeah, I like Bucky too. All right, next. This is a football. Two guys that went to the league for football, but they was pretty good basketball players. People probably don't give enough credit. Desmond Clark or Derwin James?
Man,
Desmond Clark.
Basketball?
Yeah, that's
Desmond Clark. Without question.
Yeah,
Hey, I'm just reading. I'm reading the names, bro. I didn't write it.
I'm just talking about basketball. You know what I'm saying? I've seen both of them kids play, and don't get it wrong. Pooh Bear was special, but he wasn't. Desmond Clark on the court. Like I said, a lot of people don't talk about him enough. Because
Desmond could have went either way. Division I.
He don't get enough credit on the court. And I was his family, so I can't speak on that one. But Desmond,
that ain't even Desmond.
Okay, so next, Jared Stevenson from Jenkins.
Yeah.
Or Jarrell Blocker from Lake Wells. So, Coach, we already know what you're gonna say.
I'm taking Blocker.
Is that a conversation?
Nah, that ain't really in the conversation for me. I'm taking Blocker. I don't even got to explain that one there. Blocker was, Dominic and Blocker, man, how them guys ain't make it? I'm still trying to figure that out. But they had some bad assistant coaches or something, boy.
That would have had to be
It had to be the baddest. Who was the assistant coaches on that team?
Bruh.
Was it you and Bernie? Oh, my bad, dog. My bad, bro.
Horrible.
My bad, man.
It was definitely their fault.
I ain't mean to throw no shade at you, dog.
Hey, this next one came up at breakfast this morning, Billy D, Coach. So interested to see your take on it. Chris, and I know you got a little feelings about this one too already. Chris Burgess or PJ Turner?
PJ, oh, dang.
Remember that was a heated conversation at breakfast this morning.
All right, that's another.
I mean, for my team, I'm taking PJ. I love PJ game, man. PJ can shoot the ball, and people talk about all the other Turner kids. I still take PJ over them too.
Bro, I got a question for you. Was PJ the best player on that team? Because Brandon got player of the year. Was PJ the best player on that team?
When we played against them, that's who we was most concerned about, was PJ. That's who we game plan for PJ. Because he shot the ball so well, you know what I'm saying? He was just that big of a difference.
Brandon was just so skilled, man. That basketball IQ was so much advanced.
Brandon
bro.
was gonna get his regardless, but PJ changes the game because he shot the ball so well.
I can't believe that team didn't never make it. Well, they had to go against Lake Howard. They had to go against future NBA guys. So my bad. They had no business. They couldn't have won anyway.
But they had them though, from what I understand.
Oh, what? They had bad assistant coaches too.
I'm just saying from what I understand, they had them. They had them, and then they let them off the hook. Don't get me. I mean, that's what I heard. I wasn't there. So.
It's tough to go over there and beat them guys.
Yeah, they had them too.
Scott almost went and knocked them off. Scott went and played stall ball. I was knocked them off.
Yeah.
All right, next up, Chris King, Kathleen, or Shadrick Phillips, Lake Region.
Chris King.
Chris King was the better player. But Shadrick won no punk over there. Lake Region.
Shadrick go down as one of the best and come out of Lake Region. You got to be top 3. Shadrick was a whole problem, but Shadrick was the 25 guy, dog. I don't think a lot of these kids would see when you mention them type of names, but both of them, these guys, in this area don't even understand them guys. Shadrick was a 25 type of guy, bro. Yeah. At 6'6". Used to love going to watch Shadrick play outside, inside.
Right.
But Chris King was a little different.
And I'm biased because I played with Chris, so I can't speak on this. We played, but people talk about Chris Davis all the time, and rightfully so. People don't talk about Chris King enough. Chris King was a certified problem too.
I know in Lake Wells when we mention them Kathleen teams, it's always Chris Davis, Chris King. It's always an and. You know what I'm saying? Chris Davis won by itself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
People don't get how seeing his flaws as much. And like I said, I played with him, so I'm very biased. But between them two inside outside, but just imagine, bro. And I keep going back, and it ain't sour grapes, but it's real. If it was 9th through 12th grade back then, like it is now, bro, Chris King senior year, we got Chris, we got Mike, we got Chris Davis, we got Lil Pop, all on the same team, bro. Then you got daggone me, you got Tori, you got folks that's like sprinkling in and like play defense and do other stuff. But bro, we legitimately had a chance to have them 3 cats on the same team. It's a whole
you mentioned that. So when did it change in Lakeland? In Lake Wells, we was 9 through 12 at that time. In Lake Wells, we was 9 through 12 because my brother came in that 87 year as a freshman.
Michael Man was on that team too, bro. He might have been the only thing was missing was Lil Pop. I mean, he was in 9th grade. I don't know when it changed, Coach. Maybe after I left high school. After I left high school, they went to 9th grade because it was still 10th through 12 until I graduated.
My thing is like, why would you have it a certain way in one side of the county and not have it like that over there?
That's what I heard. I know I heard in Winter Haven that they had like 6th grade where it's like just Jewett at one point was just 6th grade.
Yeah.
6th grade and stuff. So they did stuff totally different over there than they did over here. But yeah, Chris was a problem. So okay. All right, next is Paul Cooper, Arbondale, or Anthony Peanut Johnson, Lake Wells.
I like Paul Cooper. Anthony is the big looking dude, right? They look like he played NFL. Yeah, I take Coop.
Yeah, Coop was the better he
basketball player.
Yeah, he was a better basketball player. He got work. Peanut actually got better once he left Lake Wells. At Lake Wells, he just was an athlete. He rebounded, blocked shots, and was able to dunk. He wasn't able to do much more than that. Once he left Lake Wells and put some work in, he got much better. But in high school, I'm taking Coop.
Where did he go? Where he went to school, Coach? Peanut.
Peanut went to Fairfield.
Okay. That's actually one of the bad ones. Coop, one of them kids that got better as every year he was in school. Mm-hmm. He came in. He was always big. He took care of his body, and as he took care of his body, his skill set got better. Coop ended up being pretty tough at the end too. So shout out to Coop. Shout out to Arbondale. So they say we don't shout Arbondale out as much on the show. So shout out to Coop and Arbondale on that one. All right, next Antonio Morris, Lakeland, Roderick Bogan, Kathleen.
Yeah, I just hear you got to pick that one because Tony, I just heard great things about him. I never seen him play, so
I don't remember him either.
Antonio was a RIP. He passed away, but Antonio was probably one of the better shooters in our area in our time. Like just like off the Tony might be the best off the screen pop and pop shooters that I've seen in a long time. Like Lakeland ran. He was there with Ramp. Him and Ramp kind of played together. All they ran was a half screen roll. Antonio never came off the screen. You know how most people run the screen and roll, they coming off trying to get to the basket or even passing, driving, kick, whatever. Antonio always came off the screen, stop and pop. You knew it was coming, and you still couldn't do nothing about it. I remember Antonio gave us 36 at Kathleen, and all his points was off that same set. We ended up beating him, but he was an unreal like shooter. He probably off the screen, like I said, screen, stop and pop. Probably might have been the best. But if it's me, I would pick Antonio. Nothing against Rod, but I would pick Antonio in high school. All right, next, Shannon Macarthur from Lake Gibson or Alante Fenner from Lake Wales.
Shannon family, so I would be biased.
And Alante family, so you would be biased. So neither one of y'all can pick.
I don't even think we talking to the droid, the Dell computer. He done froze on us again.
He gone again?
Hey, Billy D, you there? Boy,
he gone again, man. Oh man, another yearbook picture. 2 yearbook pictures on the show, man. I guess for me, they both kind of different type of players. Shannon was more of a wing, would go on the block. Lante kind of was more of a wing type guy. I think Lante was one of them kids that kind of got better after high school. Shannon was probably better in high school. Both of them tough. Neither one of them ain't backing down from you. Ain't nothing like.
Shannon went to TCC when there was a national junior college, bro.
Shannon was a problem, bro. Shannon was a problem.
Yeah, 6'4".
He don't get as much credit for his body of work either. So Lake Gibson folks, we shot Shannon. We shot not Lake Gibson tonight with Shannon. But I would take, if I had to take 2, I would take Shannon based off high school. Off Shannon's high school body work, I think it was more than Alante was. Nothing against Alante, but I would take Shannon. All right, next. I don't know if Coach will be back, but next, Jamie Phillips Sr. or Smurf Turner from Lake Region.
Jamie top 15, 10, and 10. Jamie top 10 in my eyes in that top 50. His body of work at Winter Haven. Till Chance came along, Jamie had a record, bro. As all-time leading scorer for 20-plus years. Plus, he's my teammate, so, but I'm taking Jamie. Smurf is special, though. Smurf was blocking him. Defensively, Smurf was different. He was like a block. He was a Lake Wales type of defensive player, like an Andre Shaw. He was different on the defensive side. Oh, yeah, I meant to tell you, Bonds, that HB Holmes wants us to come. He got a whole studio. Want us to step in there on the love, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot to tell y'all that. My bad, HB. I've been so busy. I be forgetting to tell my brothers that.
Okay.
Hopefully we can get Billy D to drive in from Wachula.
Oh man. All right, we're gonna keep pushing, man. Check your message, bro. We'll keep pushing. Marcel White or Ramp Bowers.
See, out of respect for Ramp, I was Ramp before me, right? Ramp graduated 90 what?
92 with me.
Yeah. See, out of respect for him, I can't not pick him because I don't know.
Right. I would say Ramp. Ramp was on the team by himself, essentially. Got the school off the muscle. Probably one of the best undersized post players you're gonna meet. He was undersized, but he just He was a worker though. Next, Roger Hardy from Lake Gibson or Bo Randall from Mulberry.
Roger I never seen. I just hear things about Roger. Bo was. I used to play pickup with Bo. Bo was a whole problem. But I can't. I was giving some of those picks to give respect to these '90s guys that I never seen.
Right.
Because I was in high school then. So
Roger was more of an athlete. Bo was more of a ball player. Not saying Roger wasn't a ball player, but Roger, you knew about Roger because he could jump. He was a freak of an athlete. But for a complete ball player, I probably would take Bo. Not by much. All right, two more. Warren Johnson or Derrick Brooks.
Warren Johnson.
Yeah. I don't know if people realize. I mean, he outside of, I don't think he in line for this because his class was outside of this. But Warren, his body work in high school was tough. And then he went to Georgia Southern and did work at Georgia Southern too as a PG. He probably was the first one of the taller PGs. You know, for Warren, it was like a lot of PGs more short. He was one of the first one that came in and he was kind of slim and tall, like 6'3", and
Warren, I played with Warren. Warren probably.
Warren can shoot it now. Warren can nothing against Derrick. Warren can go. All right. Last one. Terrence Christian or Damari Tompkins from Lake Gibson. Terrence Christian from Lake Wales. Damari Tompkins from
Man, that's a tough pick there, bro. That's a both type of. That's a both type of question right there. Both of them were special. I don't think people give Damari enough credit. Like even we have to mention Damari more. Terrence was, we saw Terrence All-State down there. We talked to him on the show a couple times. I don't think people give Damari his flowers the way they should, bro. Like he definitely was one of those big men that. I mean, he went to Virginia Tech, bro. You don't go to Virginia Tech out of high school just to be saying that's AC. He was in ACC then, right?
ACC.
Yeah, Damari was tough, man. Much respect.
Damari was tough. He, like you said, we don't talk about him as much.
We don't talk about Terrence as much either. When we talk bigs, both of them need to get more respect in the big situation because we don't talk about them as much as we need to. You know what I'm saying? I think we spoke on Terrence a lot more last year. And both of them guys, salute.
It's just, I would say it's a draw because they both were very effective for what they did. And the crazy thing is they both did it different ways. You know what I'm saying? Neither one of them did it the same. They wasn't the exact same type of ball player. So shout out to them. So that was Two Mistake Part 2. Appreciate y'all, participating. Before we transition, I want to say, give a shout out once again. Congrats to Dylan. I want you to get mad. Dylan James, 2023 Winter Haven, picked up an offer last week from VCU, Virginia Commonwealth University. So another offer for that young man.
That young boy ain't playing right there, boy.
Continue to roll in. Bro, before we get off, one thing I want to ask you about, what's your take on the newest thing this week? The FACA, the FABC, and the coaches, led by Coach McGriff and another coach at University High School, all got together and they finally filed the paperwork to make Florida available for live periods for these kids instead of having to go all over the country for these live period, these session events. So they did the first part of it. So what's your take on that?
That's big, man. I didn't realize it was really Florida wasn't one of those places that could do it. I thought they were doing it at Disney, doing the AAU situations before. So to hear it from the way you described it, that's huge, man. I'm happy to see that. So now you can bring all the Florida talent into Winter Haven's new field house for a live period to play during the summer.
It can look just like it looked when they go to Atlanta, they go to Chicago and Philadelphia and all these other places. Now, if and when this passed, now you can make Florida. You can do Disney, can be sanctioned. You could do Fieldhouse, can be sanctioned. You could do the big house over in Claremont, could be sanctioned. So, and now you ain't got to be these kids that get a shot. They don't have to be hoping to, get invited somewhere. They don't have to hope that their team get like Bartow got to go to that place up there in Georgia and then Philadelphia. But you had about 5 or 10 other teams that could have benefited and didn't get a chance to go. So it's a game changer that it's finally happened. It's sad that it took this long for it to happen, but you understand when you're in Florida, Florida is a football state first. So Florida is going to protect football at all costs at the expense of basketball, which is unfortunate. So hopefully it goes through the proper channels and it passes and they can the kids can get a chance to showcase their talent. So all right, bro. So last thing for tonight, and we do it every week, kind of the same thing. What is your thing? What is your area, your thing? I don't know how to frame it, but what is it that you want to do 1% at least now? Let me say at least 1% better this week than you did last week. One area, personal, professional, business, whatever. What's your goal for to be 1%, at least 1% better, and it can be more this week at one thing. If you can pick one thing,
my knowledge of learning as a businessman, and I want to be 1% better as a businessman.
1%.
That 1% because I've been speaking in school, but I want to be 1% better as a businessman. That 1% can really mean 90% of a change in the direction I've been going. So as you know it, I try to learn different things. Even when I'm doing a little graphic designing, I always send you stuff. So I just want to be 1% better as a businessman.
Okay. And I just want to be 1% better with my patience, my faith, and my perseverance. I got placed in a situation, not to talk about it in detail, but I got placed, and but I kind of talked to you about it. I got placed in a situation that I feel like is going to be a test of my faith and my patience and my perseverance. And I just want to make sure that each day that my goal is to be better, more understanding, and have more of a positive impact based off of that situation that I've been placed in than I was before. And it's not going to be easy, but I think I guess the Lord feel like I'm up to the challenge because I'm in it. So that's my goal for the week. All right, man. So as we wrap up, we know that COVID is real. We know that the variant is real. And prayers up right now, man. If you know anybody in New Orleans, is it New Orleans? Is it the Panhandle? All that area. If you know anybody live in that area, man, say a prayer because apparently Hurricane Ida is like heading. They might take a. Can you imagine if you're in New Orleans and you take another direct hit from a hurricane? I mean, they just probably.
They talking about it was gonna be a category 4, right? It's gonna jump to 4.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You can take a direct hit. You just recovered probably from Katrina. Probably just now getting back on your feet fully. And now you're finna have a whole nother one possibly that's gonna come through, man. So if you one of the people that pray, man, if you subscribe that, man, pray for New Orleans, pray for, even if you don't have no family or friends, man, just the people that's there, man, that they deal with one hurricane, man, but now you probably have to deal with 2. Especially with all this stuff going on with the COVID stuff and this how this virus still moving. Just prayers for them, man. They make it through the best they can.
Also, please continue to stop taking me serious, man. It's only for entertainment, man. I don't want no death threats and all that, man. Hey, don't look at me out in public and not speak. I was at the game. I told Barnes, I saw a lady like, "Hey, you Polk hoops. I enjoy watching your show. You so funny." It's entertainment, man. Don't take me serious. Some of y'all getting y'all feelings like bad, like.
It's educational and it's entertainment, man.
Stop getting your feelings, man. I like to keep people laughing on the show, man. But I got stuff to back up, so I ain't just talking now. So hey, I did play the game a little. I was a little good. It was good. Yeah, that's the new one, man. I was being funny. I'm only challenging McKeel Vincent because y'all lost Cooper and y'all lost Cooper and y'all had the freshman transfer, so it's like y'all losing players. So hey, y'all are onion right now. Y'all got to prove different, man. We know Haines City onion.
Hey, last year they called Kathleen Sanitation. They posted it in their locker room and ended up getting the
show the kids, man. Show the kids. No, we ain't been calling y'all. Y'all won grade A sanitation last year. We got y'all ranked as high as y'all. They hit top 5 at one point, didn't they?
Top 2. 1 week they was number 2.
Oh, so y'all went to 2. Y'all went from being ranked number 2 at one point to being the onion. Y'all like the Miami Hurricanes. Remember how we was that year? Number Hurricane fan, boy. We went to number 2, boy. You couldn't tell no Hurricane fan nothing, including me. Oh, we back, but we lost that one game. But right now, Vince, y'all are onion. Sorry to tell you that, buddy.
Is it medallion?
They're the onion, boy. Them late region, late region, definitely onion.
Oh man. Vince in the box, man. You ain't finna be sizing McKeel now. That's what he's trying to tell you.
And McKeel onion. Ain't nothing Vince can tell me right now that don't make McKeel an onion, boy.
Anyway, in another week, we'll get to see the first version of McKeel because they start the fall league next Tuesday after Labor Day, so they'll be on the court. So you get to kind of get a glimpse of them and other teams what they gonna have. Some of the teams that won't have.
Hey, but shout out nephew with that one ball, that bounce and getting up, boy. Nephew got them hops.
Oh man, so
yeah.
Hey man, so we appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. Y'all be safe this week, man. Be safe. It's real out there, man. So take care of yourself, man. If you are we're not telling y'all what to do as far as vaccinations and masks and stuff. We're just telling you to take care of yourself and be safe, man. And whatever that looks like for you, make sure you do it, man. And don't take stuff for granted because it is real out here, like they say. It's real out here. So we appreciate y'all for rocking with us as always, man. Good show, good content, good times, good laughs. That's all we try to do is entertain, man. Have a good time, entertain, and give y'all some information along the way. So thank y'all, man. Until next time, appreciate y'all rocking with us. On behalf of Coach Billy D, PG, man, Polk Hoops, we out. We'll see you again next time.
Yep.